Hey, good morning and happy snow day. Got the coffee going here at the central office at Aronoa Stan. Uh, so today for a snow day lesson, I was thinking about teaching about aggregate demand, which is the first topic in the next unit, but decided that would be best for the classroom because instead I could talk about the test, which is something we typically do on the day after the test. However, given the fact that 5 people haven't taken the test yet, I don't think it would be appropriate to go through the most missed questions in a public forum. So really, today is pretty light. All we're going to do is take a look at performance on the test, and I'll introduce the next unit for you and tell you about your reading assignment. And then I would ask that you use some time today to actually read. And I know some of you do, some of you don't. Today is maybe a good day to turn over a new leaf or a new icicle or a new pile of snow or whatever it is. So let's take a look at the test. So test 9, this is the test over here. The raw average turned out to be about 78%. So the raw average is about here. And then with some magic to the numbers, I moved the average up to about 81%. So that's where the average ended up, around 81%. You can see that the majority of people actually had A's or B's on it. And then we kind of had this long tail with about, 5 students in the sub 60 range. Not good. So, not sure what happened there. I don't know if you weren't prepared. You'll have to ask yourself those questions. Some of you I might end up talking to just to find out what happened. And so we're looking at the test performance on test 9 compared to how you did first semester on all of your tests. And you can see the 5 people that scored very poorly on this test, they kind of struggled throughout the first semester, so there weren't huge surprises, but this performance was significantly worse than their average. And those who did very well on this test, meaning above 90%, well, many of them averaged above 90% in the first semester, but we had some people here, good job, they were averaging first semester in the 70s and ended up scoring above a 90, which is great. And same with all these people along here, they significantly outperformed themselves. This person in particular was averaging a 59% first semester and got a 72, so great job there. This person averaged about a 64% and they got a 78, so some big increases from some people. All right, so that's the test performance. There were 7 questions that were missed by about 40% excuse me, of students or more. And those questions I will go over in a separate video that I will release after everybody has taken their test. So my thought is I'm making this video, then I'll wait till tomorrow, and everybody who missed the test is going to make up their test tomorrow. And then after that, I will release the video that explains the most missed questions. Those of you who are doing test corrections, or even if you're not doing corrections, but you just want to improve your overall understanding of some more difficult concepts, I would encourage you to watch it. It'll help you in the long run in this class, as well as for the AP exam and the final exam and all that stuff. So be sure to check out the video. But that would be it for now. And then tomorrow in class, I'm not going to really say much about the test. I'm literally just going to, actually, I'm probably not going to hand back the test tomorrow until the 5 people take it. We'll get right into new content tomorrow, and then on Thursday I'll hand back the test, assuming everybody makes it up who missed it on Wednesday. And that's when I'll release the video of the most missed questions. Okay, so how about, let me get myself out of the way. How about this new unit? So this unit is, the title of the unit is National Income and Price Determination. So it's asking the question, what determines the nation's output and the price level? And you might first say, wait a second, it said national income, not nation's output. Remember, in macroeconomics, a nation's output, total output, GDP, is equal to the nation's income, total income. And that's because, remember that GDP can be measured by adding up all production, or it can be measured by adding up all income received in a nation. And so output equals income for an economy at the macro level. The key model we're going to look at is called aggregate demand and supply. It's literally the most important model of the semester. You're going to be drawing it many, many times and using it for analysis quite a bit. It looks just like supply and demand in many ways. It has an upward sloping aggregate supply curve and a downward sloping aggregate demand curve, but it's not at all based on things like marginal cost or marginal benefit. So it has different reasons for why it looks the way it does, but it shifts, it has an equilibrium, so you're going to feel pretty comfortable working with it, but in terms of truly understanding it, it's going to take a little bit of work on your part. The first reading assignment that I want you to do is actually Mod 17. That's not the next one in order. So Mod 17 is the next reading assignment that introduces you to aggregate demand. Skip Mod 16. We'll come back and pick that up later on. So you're going to be basically learning about why aggregate demand slopes downward. And you're going to read about some pretty abstract things, something known as the wealth effect and the income effect. Those are a little bit abstract, so read carefully, read slowly, concentrate, take notes, and be prepared for a quick lesson on it. The aggregate demand, aggregate supply model, sometimes I'll just call it the ADAS, aggregate demand, aggregate supply. The ADAS model, we think about it in the short run. We also think about it in the long run, so there's two different kind of versions of it. And it really helps us understand the nation's level of output, or real GDP, and the nation's price level, or the deflator. A second key model we're going to look at is called the Phillips curve. Your textbook presents this much, much later on in a different unit, but I'm going to go and grab it and include it in this unit. And the Phillips curve really is just showing the relationship for an economy's rate of inflation and the unemployment rate. And there's this trade-off where we don't really want high inflation and we also don't want high unemployment. Unfortunately, to bring down unemployment, to lower unemployment, sometimes you might end up causing inflation. And then if you want to bring down inflation, sometimes you end up causing unemployment. So there's this unfortunate trade-off that we face. But you're not going to read about that now, but I wanted to preview that. It's called the Phillips curve. And it's very closely related to ADAS. They're similar curves. So when you learn one, it's good to learn the other, and that's why I'm bringing it up right now. All right, well, enjoy your snow day. Get that reading done, Module 17. Do that. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends on social media. Yeah, totally cool guy here. All right, you take care, and we'll see you on Wednesday in school. Oh, hey, almost forgot. Comment down below, right? And I might reply to you if you're lucky. All right, see ya.